Hi, I'm Shameez Patel Papathanasiou, author of fantasy novel The Last Feather, and I'd like to talk to you about how to find your people. And I don't mean agents and editors. Long before The Last Feather was published, I was already dreaming about where I'd fit in on the bookshelves, what the Bookstagram photos would look like, and who I'd cast in the movie adaptation. I still have my list. But what that did was distract me from what needed to be done, writing the manuscript. And I don't mean don't do those things. Those things are enjoyable and they're good, but for some people, they can be overwhelming and seem so incredibly big that it stops you from what you need to do. To break through that, I have 3 tips. Read, engage with other readers, and engage with other writers. And I'm going to walk you through that. Reading is beneficial because it improves your skills in a very indirect way. You're absorbing the way other people write. You're absorbing story beats and where they should be. You're absorbing tropes and all sorts of things. The second thing that it does is it shows you where you will fit in the genre, whose books you'll be squeezed in between at the bookshelves. And the third thing, possibly the most important thing, is that it fills your creativity well. You will run out of steam. That's normal. It doesn't make you any less of a writer than anyone else. When you read a good book, it'll inspire you to write something as good. And when you read a book that you didn't enjoy, it'll inspire you to write something better. So it's a win-win. And with all those books that you read, it makes it really easy to engage with other readers. And for most people, you read in the same genre that you write because that's what you enjoy doing. And if you're reading in the same genre, you will be engaging with your ideal target audience. The best ways to do this is to open a Goodreads account and review a book that you've enjoyed. Authors may not read reviews, but they want you to give their books good, positive reviews. So when you enjoy a book, shout about it. The best thing can happen, which is that you can find somebody that loves it just as much as you did. And that moment is magic in itself. If you and someone else enjoy a book on the same level, there is such a good chance that they'll enjoy a book that you've written. And that's what you want. Other social media platforms that I would recommend is Bookstagram, and that is not an app on its own. It's the book side of Instagram. Search the hashtag, you'll come across the most beautiful photos of books you've ever seen in your life. And you don't have to take photos just as beautiful to be part of the community, although it does help. But a simple photo of a book with a beautiful green background or the sky, that works too, because ultimately, Bookstagram is a community of readers that want to engage with other readers about the things that they love. And Bookstagram generally has long, thought-out captions with in-depth reviews. It's a wonderful place and completely different to BookTok. Again, not a separate app. This is the bookish side of TikTok. We rarely see in-depth reviews, but it has a place. BookTok puts a fun spin on what made you enjoy a book, whether it's listing tropes. So if you enjoy enemies to lovers, a slow burn romance, and a prophecy trope, read this. Or gosh, I'm running out of examples at the moment, but TikTok also does ridiculous skits, and it's a place to have fun with other readers. Moving on. The third thing that I wanted to tell you about is to engage with other writers. Readers are often writers, although that is not always the case. But if you're engaging with other readers through Bookstagram and BookTok and the lot, you will encounter other people that are writing in those genres. Again, another perk that you'll encounter a writer not only writing fiction, but writing the same kind of fiction that you're writing, and you are not competing. A reader does not choose one book to read a year. They choose plenty of books in the same genre. You are both going to get read. So make friends and stay friends, and the same platforms that I just mentioned work for writing. On Book Talk, you'll find Writers Talk and Author Talk. The same with Instagram, authors of Instagram and writers of Instagram. You can check these hashtags. You'll find people posting about their writing journeys, their journeys to publication, and whether you're traditionally published or self-published, there are authors out there giving you advice, telling you about their experiences, and if you're not learning something, at the very least, it's entertaining. Another thing that I would recommend that I had not previously mentioned is a Facebook group called 20 Books to 50K. This group is specifically for self-published authors or authors that are intending to self-publish. The group is full of resources ranging from how to market your book, what your cover should look like, to the nitty-gritty that goes behind creating Amazon or Facebook ads. I would absolutely recommend that you join these groups. They are welcoming and wonderful, which takes me all the way to my very final recommendation, which is to join NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo not only helped me draft my project, but it also helped me find a local writing community that met in person, which meant I was privileged enough to have an in-person writing group. And we motivated each other, we cheered for each other, we criticized each other's work when necessary. And all this made the whole process so much better. So please find your community so that we can cross paths, be it as readers or writers. I cannot wait to see what you've written. That's all from me. Thanks.